I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investmentpitch Media and FinTech News Network. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Elena Obukhova, the CEO and founder of FAS, FinTech Advisory Services, and the organizer of the BlockConf Digital Conference. Elena, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Hi, Ashton. Thank you a lot for inviting me today.
You're very welcome. I'm excited to learn a little bit about the BlockConf Digital Conference. This conference looks huge. If you could kick it off by giving background on, what inspired you to organize this conference and what is expected of the digital event.
Yeah, sure. Let me tell you a brief about how we started with the BlockConf Digital. We actually started just 2 months ago when the pandemic was announced and when all countries started going crazy with the lockdowns. So we saw the opportunity to give people something different from what was existing on the market, because many events, they actually went online. They were offering online streaming of the guest speakers. And we decided that we can actually take it further and give people the full networking experience. Because when you travel for a conference, you usually are looking for some business opportunities, right? To get in touch with people, to get some valuable business connections. And we saw the opportunity to create a platform that will actually replicate the full offline experience and to place it online. And that's what our BlockConf Digital is about. And apart from that, we also saw that, for example, there are many people who actually wanted to visit so many blockchain conferences, but they never had a chance because because the price is too high to fly and their companies cannot afford it. They just send the people who will do the business and networking, founders or like people of level positions. And the other employees, they never have a chance to fly and explore more about blockchain. But since it's online, we can open our virtual conference hall for everyone and welcome people who want to learn about blockchain. That's why we've also kept our content so diversified, and to welcome people who would like to actually do the business and build some valuable connections over there.
That's great. And I really like how you focused as well on the networking part, because when I've gone to blockchain conferences in the past, the networking part and connections are so valuable. All of the great speaker information is always good, and I'm glad that you have such a great lineup of speakers, which we will get into in a little bit here as well. But the networking part is hard to replace, and that was one of the things that the crypto community had mentioned when they were stuck online and on Twitter saying, crypto conferences are the best part of it is going to see your friends networking, having drinks, and now we're having virtual drinks. So I guess my next question is about your past conferences. Have you organized a blockchain conference before? And yes or no? And how has the pivot been to creating a 100% virtual event this time? And how does that change from organizing an in-person venue?
As for me, I didn't organize personally our blockchain conferences, but my partner, he did organize many blockchain conferences before in Latin America. So he's bringing this expertise to BlockConf Digital. We also have a lot of valuable speakers that he introduced to our conference. And I'm bringing the full network from Europe, from Asia, of companies that would like to participate. And since we also organize their startups or demo day, I'm mostly working with organizing the startups demo day, as my network includes a lot of VC funds and startups that, of course, also were experiencing a lot of problems during the lockdown. And we decided that there's a chance also to kind of shake the VC industry and make some deals happening.
Yeah, that's great that startups are able to pitch on the demo day and demo their products. And it looks like the schedule is just packed full of the startup demos as well as all of these great speakers. And the lineup is 48 hours of straight, nonstop conferencing and speakers. That sounds like quite the handful for a lot of people. Is this information going to be available afterwards, or should we just look at the best speakers and try to tune in when we can? Because it sounds like you have so much great information in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, of course. We will actually provide the recordings of the presentations. They will be available for people with business and VIP tickets afterwards. And we, of course, will publish the best and the most interesting presentations online to make sure that everyone can have access and they can also watch it afterwards. But we strongly recommend to attend it online because we will have a Q&A session and they will be able not only to watch the presentation but actually ask questions to the guest speakers. And I think this is one of the most valuable parts in online streaming of presentations.
There's definitely a lot of value there, and I could see how the barriers to entry to go to a conference, can be a click away as opposed to, a plane away. So, with that being said, are you seeing a huge number of attendees, registering and people already confirmed for this event because it's online?
Yeah, we expect actually a lot of attendees, but it's very hard to predict right now because for us, of course, it's a first online event, so it's very hard to say the exact numbers that will be like at event time. But of course, since everyone is on lockdown, and I personally saw a huge interest in online conferences, so more and more people subscribing. And when we look at just normal webinars that being hosted on a daily basis, they're also still getting so many people because everyone wants networking. So, and considering that our conference is giving their full networking experience, we expect a lot of people joining us.
That's great. And will there be time to network with the speakers and the exhibitors? And could you talk a little bit about, who are the main sponsors and exhibitors of the conference?
Yes, of course. In terms of networking with our sponsors and exhibitors, yeah, we will have our VIP meeting room at the platform with a list of all our sponsors, speakers, investors, and other attendees with their VIP tickets, where people can easily schedule their meetings. They can request the business cards, and they can actually schedule a private face-to-face conversations with a video chat or just like a phone call, the way they prefer. So they can actually have some business going on over there privately, the same way as we have at offline venue. If we have like some private room where people can have a chat conversation, or if they're going to like Starbucks or somewhere else, also to grab a coffee and discuss something further. So this opportunity we have on our platform. In terms of communication with, for example, like with sponsors, every virtual booth, it has a video chat room. So all company representatives, our sponsors, they will have company representatives there in the video chat. So attendees, they will be able to join there and actually have a live chat with the team.
Wow.
So it's the same way if they're coming to offline venue, they're passing by the booth and they want to talk to the team. The same way they're coming to the digital hall, they are passing by virtually by the booth. They feel free to join any booth they want and talk to the team and ask them some questions.
That's great.
In terms of our...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And in terms of our sponsors, I wanted to mention that we have such big names as Kaspersky is one of the largest cybersecurity companies. Also, we have such big names as RSK, Dash, Decrypt that joined us as sponsors for BlockConf Digital. And we have many startups that, of course, interested in the fundraising and also trying to promote their business. And it's very useful and great to talk to them and know something more what's going on in the industry.
That's great. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about those startup demo days that you're talking about. Are there still spots for startups to apply? What does that look like? Do they get to do a presentation in front of the attendees or in front of investors? And is there room for them to connect?
Yeah, sure. Let me tell you more. So in terms of Startups Demo Day, yes, we do still have a few slots left. And for Startups Demo Day package, these companies, they're getting a booth at the main conference hall with their general information, so they can actually promote their project to all people who are attending the conference. And as an add-on, they get another booth inside Startup Demo Day Hall. There they can place investors facing information, and this booth will be only available to investors because there can be still some sensitive information that they don't want to show to other people, but to investors only. That's why we do due diligence. We check, we manually give investors access to investors because we have to do the background check. In terms of their pitching, they're also getting a pitching slot that will be online. They will have 10 minutes for presentation, then 15 minutes for Q&A from VC funds, and they will have 5 minutes from our mentors to provide the feedback. And of course, we understand that we have 48 hours non-stop, right? And many investors, they will not be able to join some particular time slots because of the time difference. That's why after the pitching, we do the recording of the pitching, and after pitching is over, we place it at their booth inside the Startups Demo Day Hall to make sure that all other investors, they can actually access and still get in touch with these projects.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to this. Can you please remind me and the audience when exactly is the date of the start of the event, the cutoff of registration, and are there tickets available, and how do we get access to those tickets right now?
Oh, yeah, sure. So we start on May 25th at 9 a.m. Hong Kong time. So for example, for Argentina, it will be on 24th at 10 p.m. For New York, will be on 24th at 9 p.m. So people should be careful reading the time zone. But on our website, you can see the live countdown. We do still have our tickets available as our doors are open for everyone. We don't have our limit because we're online conference, right? We can beat as many people as we want. And we want, of course, to welcome everyone. Of course, we want to drive this blockchain adoption further, and we welcome new faces to come to the field. They can register on our website, that is blockconf.digital, and get their ticket.
Great. I'll leave the link to blockconf.digital in the links in the description below. And this is so exciting, Elena. I'm really excited for this event because there's a lot of great speakers, and to be able to simulate the networking is something that is highly appreciated. So let's follow up after the event. But until then, best of luck moving forward with the event, and I'll see you there.
Thank you a lot. And thanks again for inviting me today.